The potential contenders in 2024. Talking about Governor Ron DeSantis out of Florida. Last week, he spent the day with our guest in Dunedin, Florida. Her name is Selena Zito, national political reporter of the Washington Examiner. Selena, good morning to you. Twice in 4 days we've had you on. So you're becoming a regular around here. Good morning to you. Dunedin is about 30 minutes due west of Tampa, right? He's in New York City today. He was in Fox and Friends earlier talking about law and order. Listen, you were with him. The ultimate question is whether or not he's running. Did you ask him? And if you did, what did you hear?
So I knew he wasn't going to answer the question because he hasn't answered that question with anyone. And I didn't want to bog the interview down there with him. So I said, how many times are you asked? And then he really opened up. He talked about how often people that not political types, but people that that live in Florida, but also that people that vacation in Florida, which is a lot of people, just constantly come up to him. I saw it myself as we walked around his hometown. People encouraging him to run, thanking it, coming from all different states across the country, including his own, and also Canada. And he really opened up about, and seemed almost surprised at the amount of support that he gets. It's really, I think it's worth the read to see how he reacts.
I checked out both your pieces over the weekend. A couple of things he talked about this morning. He's got a book coming out the end of this month, 28th of February, right around the corner. The legislative session begins in Tallahassee on March.
Something that I've been thinking about, and this would be absolutely insane. I have no clue whether this is true or not. This was just a random thought that popped up. And I was like, what if Trump and DeSantis are playing 4D chess? What if they have this already planned out? What if they had already spoke and, which I'm sure they have already. And Trump was like, you know what? I'm pretty much favored to win it, but I still want you to run because they've stained my name already. Right. We know it. I've likened Trump or I've said that, they've made Trump's name, like the Pavlov's dog experiment. Whenever these leftists hear the name Trump, like they just get angry. Don't even know why. They just get angry because they've been trained to do that. Right. And Trump knows that. Everybody knows that on the right. And what if Trump told DeSantis, hey, so you don't get the stain on your name. Right. I've already taken the hit. I've walked through the fire. Right. So you don't take the hit as well because they haven't figured out a way to really, go after you the way that they have tried to go after me, at every chance that they get. So why don't you try to run against me? Right? Like a little hint, hint, wink, wink kind of situation. Collect those donations, right? Pile up those donations. So in 2028, you have even more money to run with. What do y'all think? Y'all think that's possible? Let me know in the comment section, because from my perspective, it's just like with everything that I've been seeing, and I've got another clip that we're going to jump into here shortly. With everything that we've been seeing, Trump is going to win a primary. He's projected to win the presidency if it was him versus Joe right now. So why would anybody else run? Why? Especially when a lot of people on the right, including you guys, I've taken a poll with you guys, and we checked out a video from the DC Caller. Shout out to the DC Caller YouTube channel, where they took a poll at a Republican convention, and most people chose Trump. Everybody knows this. So why would anybody else run? Especially somebody like DeSantis, who, I feel like DeSantis is a smart guy. He's liked, so I don't know. I hope that's the case, that they already talked and this is just like a 4D chess move. This is just DeSantis trying to pad up the donation stockpile. So in 28, he has a huge amount of money to run with, because all of this stuff costs a lot of money, which is another thing that I feel like we need to fix. You shouldn't have to rely on donations or rely on being a very, very wealthy individual in order to get elected to office. Now, I don't know exactly how you fix that because, yes, ads cost money. You have to have ads because you got to get, eyeballs on you. I don't know exactly how to fix it, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You guys can let me know how you feel about that in the comment section. But something just turns me off about that. Like, you have to rely on money and how much money you can generate from donations or how much wealth you've been able to accumulate in order to win or have a good shot at winning. I mean, of course, you can win with less money, but somebody with a lot more money than you can run a hell of a lot more ads, generate a hell of a lot more attention than you can. So I don't know. Something feels off about that. But let's jump into the second clip that I have.
It's no secret that the 2024 presidential election is still over a year away, but a new poll confirms something we all suspected. Donald Trump is already on fire for his White House bid. With Democrats still scrambling to choose their candidate besides Biden in an already heated election year, it's interesting to see what this latest survey forecasts for President Trump's re-election chances in a year from now. I'm Gary Franchi, and I want you to keep up with the latest news. Tap subscribe and enable notifications.
My guy, Gary.
Earlier this week, Neighborhood Research and Media released a poll that showed the 45th President Donald Trump winning yet another Republican primary poll, this time in South Carolina, crushing all primary competitors by over 35 points. According to the D.C. Inquirer, first place went to Trump with 35.1%, second place went to Ron DeSantis, 21.8%, and third place went to Nikki Haley with 16.4%.
Haley, Scott, Pence. Like, what is Pence doing? Like, he knows he's not getting elected. That's crazy. Like, come on, son. Come on. Undecided. 23% of people are 24% are undecided. Who's the most undecided? What does MOD stand for? I have no clue. What does MOD stand for, guys? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know. So 65 plus is part of that undecided at 24%, and mostly women are in that undecided group.
Second place went to Ron DeSantis, 21.8%, and third place went to Nikki Haley with 16.4%. A total of 46% of voters voted for Trump, while 41% voted for Biden. Harvard-Harris.
Boom. Boom. I mean, 46, 41. Now, granted, there is a 12% sliver there, right there. That is undecided. I'm assuming that's undecided. That's the undecided sliver. So that could sway. And, obviously in the midterms, that undecided group didn't sway in Republicans' direction like it was expected. Now, if we're smart about it, that 12% should all sway in the Republican direction, especially with everything that's going on right now. And I think Trump's a smart guy. He can read the room. So I would guess 9% out of that 12 is swaying towards Republicans. So yeah, easy win. Easy win.
2024 conducted a nationwide poll between President Biden and Trump, and 13% of respondents said they weren't sure who they'd vote for. Republican support for Trump for the Republican nomination, while only 36% of Democrats support Biden for the Democrat nomination. That's according to a Washington Post ABC News poll. Even Biden's own party is turning against him as scandal after scandal engulfs his presidency, since 62% of Democrat voters oppose Biden being the nominee. In a recent Emerson College poll, Trump received 55% support in the race for the Republican presidential nomination in 2024.
Hold on. Among these candidates, who would you most likely who would you be most likely to vote for in the Republican primary or caucus in 24? Someone else? Pence, DeSantis. Yeah, Trump. Holy. Wow. 115 to 339%, 11 to 25%. Interesting. Josh Hawley. Liz Cheney got a few people. What rhinos? Goodness gracious. Man. Ted Cruz.
The race for the Republican presidential nomination in 2024, a 30-point lead. With 25%, DeSantis placed second. If any potential Republican challengers attempt to unseat the favorite to win the nomination in 2024, they're going to face an uphill battle as Trump has been polled to beat Biden in a 2024 matchup time and time again. The latest poll confirms one thing about 2024. Donald Trump's MAGA movement is still on fire.
Yes,
The neighborhood
sir.
research and media poll showed Trump soaring to victory in the South Carolina Republican primary, crushing all poll competitors. It's becoming increasingly clear that 2024 President Trump will be unstoppable if we come together as a nation and support him. Now more than ever, we need to come together and make sure that this MAGA movement wins the election. We must not allow ourselves to be divided by petty differences in order to achieve a strong victory come 2024.
Yes, sir.
Let's continue the conversation in the comments below for the next.
So there you have it. Another poll, another day with another poll showing Uncle Trump takes the W. Takes the W. And I think, like I've stated before, yes, we do come across some crazy videos on this channel. We absolutely do. But I think the overall majority of people, as Uncle Trump said, the silent majority, and I could speak to this because, like I've told you guys, I'm always reading through social media. I'm always scanning social media. So, like, I'll see a post about something, like some base statement, and then I'll go and I'll read through the comments. Like, what are people saying about this? How do people feel about this? So I'll scroll through the comments, and time again, I've been shocked. I've been shocked in a good way. Way more often than I've been shocked in a bad way. Because when people can remain kind of anonymous, like they don't have to get in front of a camera, they can just kind of hide behind a profile picture, they'll say how they really feel, right? And even if they aren't like hiding behind a profile picture, even if they just have their profile private, so people can't, go after them or whatever, they'll be totally honest. And there's been so many based statements that I've seen in clips that I've come across. And I know that it's not just a rabbit hole because I've gone to, I feel like leftists, for example, one of the things that I like to scroll through is Instagram. Right. And so, I'll go to leftist accounts that post something that is like, like something based. Right. For example, should I tell this one? Because I might make a video on this. I'm going to beat around the bush here because I might make a video on this. And I don't want to kill the vid because it's a really, really, really interesting topic. So a very well-known person made a very based statement, right? A statement that would typically, you would think on a leftist Instagram account would, create so much offense and everybody would be offended. Oh my goodness, how dare this person say this? My feelings are hurt. Y'all know the whole nine. You know how these leftists are out here in these streets. So I saw the, the original post, like, oh, base statement. Let me see what everybody says. And everyone in the comments was like, W. No, I actually agree with this. Like, this is on point. W, like W statement. Like W just means like winning statement, That's a good statement. It's kind of just slang, right? Everybody. And I've come across those posts a lot. So when that stuff happens more and more, it makes me realize Uncle Trump was right about the silent majority. And then you come across these clips of people like, nah, F Joe, I want Trump. Hey, at least Trump was a businessman. He was about his money, you know, and some of them be like, yeah, I'm not the biggest Trump fan, but Biden ain't doing anything good for us. Bring Trump back. That's how I know the tides are turning. People who, you know, if the situation was different, right? If Joe was actually running the country properly, would have still said F Trump. But they're even saying, nah, bring Trump back. And I'm like, yes. Yes. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I mean, that is my dream scenario in terms of the presidency. Bring Trump back in 24. Give him his second run. Let him drain the swamp, clean things up. All right. The way that he should. And I know that he will do, because he's gone through it once before. He knows the pitfalls. He's seen the potholes already. He knows what to avoid. Who he needs to kick out of positions, you know, certain positions and whatnot. And then have DeSantis for 8 years after that. Just clean, you know, just tidying things up. And then who knows? Maybe we'll get, because the leftists are always focused on, being a woman, being black, and LGBTQ and all this other stuff that doesn't really matter, The only thing that matters is if you can do the job or not. Maybe we'll have our first black woman president after that, because, I know the left loves those types of things. So, maybe Candace Owens can come in after DeSantis or something. I guarantee you they would lose their minds if it's that. They would treat Candace Owens like they treat Clarence Thomas, unfortunately. Call her an Uncle Tom and all types of crazy stuff. But anyway, y'all let me know what you thought about this one in the comment section below. How are you guys feeling about this primary? Do you think these guys are playing 4D chess? Do you think it is a serious situation? How do you feel about, someone like George Soros? I guess I should have mentioned this earlier as well. George Soros has actually endorsed, kind of endorsed, not really, DeSantis. Not completely. He made just like a statement, like, I hope that they go back and forth. I hope that DeSantis wins and Trump, runs independent, because it would separate the Republican vote and it would guarantee Republicans lose, which, yes, it would. So, I mean, very slightly endorsed DeSantis, not completely, but how do you guys feel about that? And, obviously the pressing question, who do you prefer in 24? I told you guys who I prefer. Trump in 24, DeSantis 8 years, for another 8 years after Trump. That's my thing. Why can't we have both? That's my thing. I want both. Trump first, DeSantis second. But how y'all feeling? Talk to me in the comment section. Peace and love. I'm out.